They failed. They told me that it wasn't their fault, that they tried, but that his armies were too strong. I told them that I didn't know about any armies in the north, so they described them to me, described him, the one leading them all, the boy. I told them to get back there, to take those territories, to take him and to bring him to me. I told them what would happen if they failed. If they failed this, I told them, they should not bother coming back. But I wanted the north, and I wanted that forge, the marshlands, the Sultan's trade routes, and more than anything, I wanted him.
We were going to show them mercy. We were going to show restraint where they had shown none. We hesitated where they would not. We couldn't allow them to escape. I charged Blackstaff with taking a force of our men and hunting them down. He marched away, eastwards. I went south to take back that which we had lost, to stop the Jackal before he could ruin our lands more than he already had.
I needed reinforcements. Earl Swinefoot, Bishop Redham, the sons of my old friend the pig. They called me Sire, remembering what should have been. Neither of their titles were earned. Instead, they were taken, repurposed from men that their father killed. He was a loyal man, I told them. A loyal man and a powerful one. I told them about the rats' failures and about what I would have them do. And then I told who killed their father. I told them how he ended their father's life and left them all alone, and how they might get their revenge.
They left as quickly as they appeared. It wasn't a real battle, but a test, a lure. Their small force was easily defeated by our new army, our new troops, a formidable force. We saw his castle in the distance. I didn't know why he was involving himself in this fight. And then he attacked. This was a trap, and we had sprung it. Swinefoot fled. We won, and won easily. Too easily, my gut told me. Something felt wrong. I heard Longarm shouting before I saw him. He was distraught. He told me that he had heard rumors, rumblings about the Jackal, the rats, the pigs, that they weren't working alone. He didn't even have to say his name. The wolf. Somehow, he had returned. We were planning to find a way of finding him before he found us when Blackstaff's ranger came with the latest intelligence reports. He told us that there was a force spotted marching in the direction of the Abbey where Lady Catherine was being kept. We were getting ready to leave when the alarm sounded and word came that Swinefoot had returned. And he wasn't alone. The Jackal was with him. We were all set to fight when we heard from the rangers that the other army had nearly reached the Abbey and that it would soon be taken. We had to leave. We barely made it out alive, but there wasn't time to stop, to recoup, to gather our forces. We rode all day, without a clue as to whether the Abbey had fallen yet or not, as to whether Lady Catherine was all right. They were already there, inside, waiting until we made ourselves visible. We stood back and waited ourselves for nightfall, and we readied what little forces we had to take back the Abbey. And whilst we waited, we prayed that Lady Catherine was still alive. Lady Catherine explained that Redham had escaped before we took the Abbey. She cried over the vile things that he had said to her as he held her captive, the vile way that he looked at her. Longarm told us about his castle, sheltered in the middle of the country. So far, he said, it had stood against every attack. Aside from the royal palace, he told us, it was the strongest castle in the land. The wolf, it was rumored, had taken over that same royal palace, rebuilt it in his own ways. We were to head for Longarm's castle and establish a way to take back the south from the wolf. We were, we knew, getting stronger. We couldn't back down now.
They failed. Everybody fails me. The Jackal said that they should die. I forbade it. I had a better plan. I told him to take the pigs and their forces and assault this new army now, to destroy it, to wipe it from the face of the earth. Longarm's castle wasn't impenetrable. There was a back door, and if the pigs could breach that and drop the drawbridge, the Jackal's army could get inside, kill them all. The only condition I told him was the boy. I wanted him alive. He told me that I was being weak, that I was being influenced by my personal feelings, that I should let them kill him and be done with it. I was in charge. This was my war, and I would end it my way. The jackal was weak, just like the others. He screamed that it was my own personal interests that hampered this war, that vengeance was more important to me than conquest. He said that he wanted to kill me, but I knew that he would not. He was too weak. He swore that in time he would return with a new army, take this land back from whoever was in charge when he arrived. I told him that I would be waiting for him. The pigs were as good as dead. They had retreated to their father's old castle, and this new army would follow them, I knew, and destroy them. There was only one thing I could do. I had to win this war myself. I'll see you soon, boy.
The wolf. Blackstaff returned with further proof of his power, his influence. It was hard to believe that he was still alive. I had killed him. His influence had once again torn apart this country. The battle against the jackal had been the beginning of the end, the turning point in this war. We took back the royal palace, ready to crown Lady Catherine as queen, installing her back in the seat of power. The wolf was nowhere to be found. His forces were depleted. Without his allies, he was no match for us. Word reached us that evening that the wolf had been sighted. He was in my old fortress with the rest of his army. I announced that we would leave that evening. Tonight, we would find the wolf. It was too easy. This was to be my kill. My final blow, ending what started years ago. We had been fooled. It was deserted.
I knew that he wouldn't be here, but that he would come. This just gave me the time to prepare for the attack that would be my crowning glory, my greatest achievement. We waited for him. I watched the boy and his men arrive through their secret entrance, tired and weary. I gave them time to get inside. It worked. I knew that he would chase me. He can't help but chase me. I was prepared. I used another decoy, and that idiot boy fell for it. I had him. This time, I won.